friends, and welcome back. I'm sorry the music is really loud where I am in Disney Village right now because yes, I'm still in Paris, and today we are heading to Walt Disney Studios, the second main gate at Disneyland Paris Resort, and I cannot wait to bring you all along and show you everything that has to offer. We are going right at 8:30 for resort guests. The park does not open to all guests until 10 o'clock, so we are going to try and get, not all the attractions are open, but we are going to try and get as much as we possibly can done. So without further ado, let's get to it. Oh, by the way, it's 52 degrees. It'll warm up quick though. Anyway, all right, here we go. In lieu of breakfast every morning, we have just been stopping on our way to get Starbucks, and then we head this way into the parks. Only 4 attractions are open during the Magic Pass time. It is Crush's Coaster, Ratatouille, Tower Terror, and then like the Green Army Men like parachute thing. So we're going to Crush's Coaster along with a majority of the other people. Well, it's 8:30 and the ride is not opening due to technical difficulties. So this seems to just be a trend in all of Disneyland Paris. We decided to wait it out. It only took about 15 minutes for them to get it up and running, so let's do this thing.
On the EAC!
Crush's Coaster is the 2-minute roller coaster titanium dive, full of high-speed thrills, sharp turns, and sudden drops.
It is a motion simulator ride though, so if you do get motion sickness like myself, you may feel a little bit woozy, but Jace said it was his favorite attraction of all time. But Jace also loves Ratatouille. Yes, but we're very excited. This is the attraction that's being built in the France Pavilion at Epcot. Walt Disney Studios for their, pardon me, Le Rendezvous Gourmand, I think is how you say it. But it's basically like a European food and wine festival that happens from July through October. So there are a bunch of little food stands that you're able to get some food, drink, and all of that. And that's like mainly located in the Ratatouille part of the park. But there's lots of really great options. All right, we got the tartiflette from one of the places. Looks very yummy. Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
It's like potatoes
Yeah,
and ham.
A lot of pepper in there.
Pepper. That's good. So I was mistaken earlier for the food and wine type thing that they have. All of the French stands are in the France area by Ratatouille, but then they have the rest of the European stands spread out like by the entrance and stuff. So there's like Italy, Greece, Belgium, all that fun stuff. They do have a Tower of Terror, but I am not going.
Bienvenue au Walt Disney Studios. Nous sommes très heureux de vous accueillir à bord du Studio Tram Tour Behind the Magic.
Emplacement, vous êtes prêts? Déclencher la pluie. Équipe 1, on est prêt à tourner? Équipe 1, prêt!
And with that, we fade out from our Behind the Magic tour. We hope you share our admiration for the amazing craftspeople, writers, directors, and all who help us actors make dreams.
Notre amour du cinéma.
Goodbye. And if you see any real dragons out there, slay them for me, will you? That's a wrap.
Les gares à l'ouverture automatique de la porte. Attention à la marche en descendant. Merci. Et nous souhaitons une très agréable journée au Walt Disney Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated.
So we just finished the studio tram tour, and honestly, I thought it was gonna be a lot more like the backlot studio tour that was at MGM. They're just like blasting music and there's like nobody here. But there was like one like cool special area, but otherwise it was not worth it. If the line is long, which it was, we waited 35 minutes for it, and kind of disappointing. And yeah, like I mentioned, I am not going to do Tower of Terror this trip. I usually do if it's like significantly different, but since it's basically the same thing, I'm going to pass. Jace decided he didn't want to either. I think it's because a lot of the rides in here are very like motion sensitive. And also like a lot of it is under renovation because they are getting ready for Avengers Campus that is opening soon. So back in this corner, there's really not a lot happening. There is this studio theater where they're actually showing just like a screening of the Lion King Rhythms of the Pride Lands that they have over at Disneyland. So that's interesting. There is Disney Junior live on stage, and then Stitch live, where it's kind of like a laugh floor type thing where it's like Stitch interacting with the audience. And then back in this corner is where you would go to the Lights Motors action show. Look at this construction wall. Wow. They're doing renovations on this attraction. I forget what it actually is. But they're adding a Frozen scene So that's why it's under renovation, but it is going to open very soon. I want this forky shortbread. Adorable shortbread and Slink. So there are only the 3 attractions in Toy Story Playland, and the wait times are all significantly longer because there is only one ride vehicle for each time. It's not like they can continuously load like RC. You can only fit about 30 people. Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin, same thing. It's not a lot of people.
It's there to be found. It is deep inside and all around. And don't you be afraid. Let the magic shine. Let the magic shine. The secrets within are beginning to glow. With a shimmer and a glimmer where they ought to go.
Come in, Mickey.
C'est incroyable!
Welcome to my workshop, Mickey. Come to the poisson mérite un bon coup de balai. As you can see, it needs a good clean.
Oui, monsieur le magicien, mais j'ai hâte de faire de la magie.
But you can't practice your magic, Mickey, until this room is spotless.
Oh oui, monsieur. D'accord. Cet atelier sera impeccable avant que je fasse de la magie.
And one last thing. You need to be finished before the moon disappears from the sky.
La lune? Waouh! Tout brillera avant que la lune ne disparaisse. Je vous le promets.
Good.
Must be that young magician I've heard so much about.
Moi? Oh, non, ce n'est pas moi. Mais un jour, j'espère devenir un grand magicien.
Well, it sounds like you need a bit of practice, dear boy, and I have just the magic words to help you. J'ai la formule magique qu'il te faut. Salagadou, la magique la bibidi babidi boo. Mélangez tout ça et vous aurez quoi? Bibidi babidi boo. Oh, say it with me now, dear. Avec moi. Bibidi babidi boo. Il est temps de se rendre au bal. Oh, come back now, dear.
Our invitation, Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin around your neck, shall we? And we provide the rest. C'est toujours hors bears. Why we only live to serve? Try the great stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. They can sing, they can dance. After all, sir, this is France, and the dinner here is never second best. Go on, unfold your menu, take a glance, and then you'll be our guest. We are guests, be our guest. Please be our You see, my friend, true magic lives in our hearts. Magnifique.
Life on this planet, and moving, stepping to the sun. There is more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. It's the circle of life.
You came to the right left. Meet your new best friend. When Alibaba had them 40 thieves, Harry Daddy had 1,000 tales. But master work and luck, cause up your sleeves, you got a brown magic never fails. You got some power in your corner now, some heavy ammunition in your camp. You got some pizzazz, and when the house, all you gotta do is drop that left say. So tell me now, it's you, I feel your pleasure be. Let me take your order, jot it down, we never had a friend like me. So compris, petite, you got it. Never had a friend like me.
Qui es-tu? I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs. Who are you? Je m'appelle Mickey.
Olaf, here is your new friend.
This is Mickey. He wants to be a magician, but he can't find his magic.
Don't worry, Mickey. I understand. I discovered that magic lives inside all of us. We just need the courage to share it with those we love. Snow goes white on the mountain tonight, not a bridge to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. And I'll rise like the breeze of dawn. Let it go, let it go. That perfect girl is gone. Innocent in the light of day. Let the story hope never bothered me anyway. Oh, j'ai réussi! C'est moi le plus grand magicien du monde! Oh, non, arrête! Arrête!
Remember, Mickey?
Un vrai magicien tient toujours ses promesses.
Yes. So, isn't it time you kept your promise?
Cherche en toi, caché dans ton cœur, la magie est là pour ton bonheur. C'est le nous qui font réaliser la lumière que tu dois allumer. Si tu y crois, réveille en toi ce qui nous fait rêver. Let the magic shine. La magie brille en toi. Let the magic shine.
Et tu la partages là.
C'est moi qui donne and you give it all away. D'accord, ok. Now let it shine.
Suis les conseils de tous tes amis.
Prends ton cœur et en ton esprit et la lumière brillera sur le monde, Let the magic shine inside of you. Let the magic shine.
Show the world what you can do.
It's not the words or the one or eye. The magic in your heart is beyond all that. Come in and danse, la magie brille en toi. Come in and danse, tu la partageras. Tu vas le pouvoir, tu remplir le cœur d'espoir. The magic shine. Merci, monsieur le magicien. À bientôt.
Okay, so it's around 2:30 and we are heading back to our hotel. And I know I said earlier that that park is not a half-day park because lines are long, and I am correct. We tried to do as much as we possibly could. The only thing we did twice was we rode Ratatouille 2 times because we rode it in the morning, and then we also got a fast pass for it. But we weren't able to do the Toy Soldiers parachute drop. We weren't able to do Slinky Dog. We did not do Tower of Terror. What else? We didn't do like Disney Junior Live or the Stitch show thing. Also did not do Aladdin, which is basically like the magic carpet Dumbo thing. So I definitely think it could be a day park. I mean, the park is only open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. so that doesn't really give you a lot of time, but the wait times were just way too long. Nothing was under 45 minutes, and they were all rides that were meant for a younger audience, and so we felt that we could skip them. We did ride on our second time of Ratatouille. I will say I closed my eyes through a majority of it, but it's so cute. I just felt really bad. Meh. So we're just gonna go back. We're gonna rest our feet a little bit, probably change, and then we're probably honestly gonna go back to Disneyland Park, because why not? We do have dinner tonight at Captain Jack's. Okay, we laid down a little bit Now we're heading to Disneyland Park. I changed. I'm wearing just like my Cake Randy Mickey hat. I have my very ironic Zara Paris Mickey and Minnie tee because, listen, I've seen them around, so I don't feel bad. But there were a couple things that we did not get on our list when we were at Disneyland the last couple of days. One of them being PhilharMagic and the other one being Casey Jr. And there are also some snacks that I wanted to try. So let's just see what else there is to do. So I didn't know this until it prompted me to look it up because it felt fresh. This actually, PhilharMagic opened at Disneyland Paris October 1st of 2018, so not even a year ago. And you could really tell the animation was pretty crisp. It was the same animation that they have at all the other PhilharMagics, and then some of the songs were in French, but like Donald and Mickey still spoke English. Minnie did speak French, but you don't see her, and they didn't like change any of the animation so clearly like the characters are mouthing the songs in English, but like Ariel's Part of Your World and I Just Can't Wait to Be King from The Lion King were in half French and half English. Wow, sorry, I got like gasped. But it was really cool. The theater was like a 4D experience. It did replace Star Wars Path of the Jedi, which was also like a interactive 3D experience with the guests. But if you've ever done Pixar Short Film Festival at Epcot, the theater seats like move with you like it does for that. So it was interesting to see it in that way. The only thing I had upset to say about it was that Donald didn't crash into the wall in the back. I figured with it being so new that he would have done it, but he wasn't there. But it's still good. I love PhilharMagic.
Par ailleurs, il n'y a ni porte, ni fenêtre. Par où sortir? Si vous ne trouvez pas le moyen de vous échapper, le fauteuil est des...
So I find the story of Phantom Manor incredibly fascinating. Excuse Big Thunder Mountain in the background. It's about Henry Ravenswood, who struck gold at Big Thunder Mountain. Yes, that Big Thunder Mountain. And created Thunder Mesa, which is Frontierland, essentially. He built this big, beautiful mansion up on Boot Hill, which this is Boot Hill. And he lived there with his wife and his daughter. And his daughter grew up and she became like this beautiful woman who's been wanted by a lot of men, and Henry did not like that. So like, he found a way to get them all killed. The stretching portraits in the stretching room, that is how the 4 suitors died previously. So one was like a bear attack, one was dynamite, like I forget what the other 2 are. There was always a rumor that this like spirit possessed this area called the Thunderbird. And people said if they keep digging and they keep digging, an earthquake is going to happen. And eventually that did happen, and it killed both Henry and his wife, Martha. Oh, yep. And on Melanie's wedding day to this man named Jake, a phantom mysteriously appeared, and nobody knows where it came from, but it ended up luring Jake on their wedding day up to the attic, and he hung him. And Melanie obviously was so distraught by the fact, just like she was just waiting around for him, waiting, and he never came. To this day, she does not take off her wedding dress. She does not like leave her bouquet, and this phantom just lures around, and he's invited like all of his friends that have died to come and just like hang out in the mansion as their like eternal after party. It's so loud. So he's just, yes, it's real. Jace just saw a bird. It's a real bird. Anyway, so this phantom is just like laughing at Melanie's distress over waiting over her husband. Anyway, it's terrifying. So there is this graveyard that's afterward where it shows where Henry and his wife Martha are buried, plus a bunch of other people, and I don't even know, it's really It's quite creepy, actually. And I encourage you to look it up and read about it because it's fascinating. So this in Phantom Manor is apparently where the earthquake happened and Henry died. Oh, and I guess I did not mention, it is apparently, the Phantom is Henry. And apparently one of the changing photos in the hallways of Phantom Manor proves that it's actually him. I did not catch that, so I'll have to go back a third time this trip and try and see if I can find it. Merci. So Disneyland Paris is proving to be the winner by selling champagne on Main Street, USA, right before the fireworks. So we got it at about 7:30 and the fireworks are at 9. It's about €10 a glass, but it's like their specific Disneyland Paris champagne and it's quite lovely. We are leaving Disneyland for the day and we are going to head over to the Disneyland Hotel for a cocktail at Cafe Fantasia, which is apparently one of the nicer places to get a cocktail at the Disneyland Hotel, which is also a spectacle in itself. It's the building that you've seen us walk through to get into the park. It's pretty much attached to the park, which is really nice. So we're just gonna take a little walk over there. Look at that. Pretty.
Oui, c'est ça. Et j'allais finir par d'ailleurs, c'est pour ça que j'ai quitté.
It is our last day at Disneyland Paris before we go into the city and do a lot of other things in Europe. So we are just gonna spend the last morning at Disneyland Park, maybe go over to Walt Disney Studios, not entirely sure, but we're just gonna hang out and see what the morning has to offer. Listen really carefully. Outside of Bixby Brothers and the School of Dentistry, you can hear people talking. There's a dental school upstairs. Well, we are 3 for 3 on mornings when the attraction we tried a rope drop is down for refurbishment. This time it's Peter Pan again. So here in this corner of Fantasyland, like all the way in the back, is where you can meet Mickey. And then over here we have Toad Hall, which is not Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It is a quick service location. But he's just so cute! Later, now it's open. We got these Mickey marshmallows. We already tried the one. Jace, what does it taste like?
It tastes like a peep.
Listen, I love a good peep. This one has shredded coconut on it. So cute. So I know only like some of the attractions are open to resort guests early in the morning, but like we are walking through Frontierland and Big Thunder is already open. The park's not officially open yet, and that wasn't one of the attractions. So just make sure that after you rope drop your initial like probably Peter Pan's flight, then you make your way over to the larger attractions that'll probably open before the 10 a.m. start time.
RC Racer was open yesterday too.
Yeah, RC Racer at Walt Disney Studios yesterday opened before the open time as well. So keep that in mind. It is so peaceful. It's like 5 minutes before the park opens to the public, and I don't know if like crowds have just died down or what. You can see that treehouse. That's the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, where you go up and explore. Jace, you want to do that?
Not really.
Oh, okay. This is on the way up to Phantom Manor. It's quite terrifying. We can't go in there. Another very short wait for Phantom Manor, but then again, the park just opened. So we're gonna go on and we're gonna pay more attention to the details of the story. So that is him, apparently.
Your attention, please. For technical reasons, our adventure has been temporarily interrupted. We hope to be back in operation very soon. Please remain seated. Thank you.
Nope. The fact that they're all moving is so scary. Well, I guess that's what we get for loving the story of Phantom Manor so much. We were stuck on there for maybe 15 minutes.
Felt longer.
Felt longer than 15 minutes, but we have to, they did give us a readmission card because of a 101, meaning because the attraction was down. But now we're like going to be late for our hotel checkout, so we have to like run back to make sure our suitcases are out of there by 11 a.m. We made it. What time is it, Jace?
11:01.
We're late, but we've got our stuff. We're gonna go put them at the luggage holder because we're gonna spend a little more time before we head to Paris. On the outskirts of Main Street, there are these two, like, it looks like almost like a train station tunnel. It's just basically another walkway, another entrance into the stores and things that are on Main Street. It's especially nice if you're looking to exit the park. It's another way so you don't have to walk down Main Street with floods of people. We have Walt's restaurant, and then it's right next to Lily's boutique, which is so cute. Alright friends, that is it for our adventure at Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney Studios. We had so much fun and hopefully we will be back because there is one thing that I still wanted to do, and that was Bistro Chez Remy. We were not able to get in for a dining reservation, but listen, that just means we have a reason to come back, right? But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me any questions that you have about Disneyland Paris. What do you love? What didn't you love? A lot of the things that we did not do, please note, were under renovation. So like Rock and Roller Coaster, The Small World, Indiana Jones. A large list of them were actually under renovation, and that's okay. We understand that things go under refurbishment, and we were still able to have a wonderful time even despite those things. Again, we had so much fun, and now we are spending the rest of our vacation in Paris and Brussels and Versailles, and I cannot wait. Make sure you are subscribing to my channel. I come out with new videos every Monday morning. Not only are they vlogs and super fun, but they're also some videos that will really help your vacation planning to the most magical place on earth, plus other magical places in the world. For example, Paris now. How exciting. Also, make sure you are following me on Instagram and Facebook at The Magical Miranda, where I share my lovely Disney photos and share news about what's happening at the Walt Disney World Resort and other Disney parks on Facebook. If you like the video, make sure you leave a comment and let me know what was your favorite thing that we did. And also give it a thumbs up, but definitely make sure you are subscribing, share it with your friends, family, anyone you know. All right, thank you guys again, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.